Good afternoon. I am Colonel Billy Wilson, the commander of basic military training. I'm glad we had this opportunity to have a discussion. So, why are you here? I will tell you that you are here to train both your body and your mind.
Be better every day. Be better.
You are here to train your body and your mind. Not one or the other, both. I often ask new recruits, why the Air Force? And I often get, well, I want to be part of an institution. I want to be part of something that is larger than myself.
Remember why you are here. Remember those people that came before you. Everything that you do needs to come with a passion and a vigor that is unmatched.
There will be stress. It will be stressful. And I will tell you that it is stressful by design. So the question remains, when you start feeling stressed out, what are you going to do? Are you going to react or are you going to respond? I expect you to respond to the demands that are being placed upon you, pushing you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to grow, because that's why you're here. You're here to be transformed from what you were to what you need to be, to what your nation needs you to be. Each and every one of you will earn your place here. This will not be given to you. And as you earn your place here and head toward graduation day, having earned it, you will have a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. And it will be meaningful to you. And as you depart this place, you will be proud of what you've accomplished.
Good morning. I am Technical Sergeant Martin Nzunza, military training instructor, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. Today's basic military training graduation is a celebration of the achievements of these graduates. It is also a ceremony that both teaches and appreciates our military heritage. Drill is an integral part of military history, a prominence that rests on the fact that its fundamental purpose was to prepare troops for battle. For the most part, drill procedures practiced in the past were identical to the tactical maneuvers employed on the battlefield. It was this aspect of drill which made it such an important part of training. Even today, drill remains a necessary and useful training activity for instilling discipline and a spirit of corps. Over 240 years ago, General Washington enlisted the assistance of Baron von Steuben, a distinguished Prussian officer, to help instill discipline. Baron von Steuben arrived at Valley Forge in February of 1778, facing an army of several thousand undisciplined, half-starved, wretched men in rags. To correct these conditions, he set to work immediately and wrote regulations designed to teach the discipline of drill to a model company of 120 selected men. Discipline became part of the military for these individuals as they learned to respond to commands without hesitation. As they mastered the art of drill and began to work as a team, this group developed a collective sense of pride in themselves and in their unit. Watching this model company perform, observers were amazed to see how quickly and efficiently the troops could be massed and maneuvered into different battle formations. Later, members of this model company were assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effectiveness and efficiency of Washington's Continental Army were improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the American Army's first field manual, the regulations for the order and discipline of troops of the United States. The drill procedures placed in effect at Valley Forge remain unchanged for over 85 years, and many of these same procedures are still in use today. One form of drill is the salute. Since early time, men at arms have used some form of salute as an exchange of greeting, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved, and its use continued in all modern militaries, which inherit the traditions from the age of chivalry. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the flights presenting arms as one form of the military salute. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you're here. First, there will be times that you'll be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the playing of the Air Force song, the reciting of the oath of enlistment, and the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem and as it passes during the review. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem and after the flags have passed, you may return your hand to your side. As the flags pass in review, applause is appropriate, but please limit that applause so that others may hear the narration of the names and hometowns of the military training instructors. Please reserve the strictest respect during our oath of enlistment. During the oath, service members pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution and our country. At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you, and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Volkanovsky.
Join me for the invocation if you would. Almighty God, on this momentous day when these men and women finally reach their goal of graduating from BMT, we first thank you for all the support that has helped them achieve this moment. From the MTIs that have led and mentored them to all the support staff working behind the scenes and the loved ones cheering them on from a distance. And as these airmen prepare to transition to the next stage of their careers, instill in them a character of service before self, integrity, and excellence, so they may live out the lessons they learned here at BMT. May you bless and keep them as you turn your face towards them, being gracious unto them and giving them peace. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to today's Department of the Air Force Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host and reviewing official for today's ceremony, the Commander, Department of the Air Force Basic Military Training, Colonel Billy Wilson, Jr., accompanied by his wife, Liza. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Department of the Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel Will Cooper. The individual, Mobilization Augmentee, To the 37th Training Wing Commander, Colonel Jennifer Anderson. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, prior to today's ceremony, we'd like to recognize our newest military training instructors. These instructors have undergone a rigorous 5-month training pathway comprised of formal academic classes and task qualification requirements. They have earned the distinct honor of donning the dark blue campaign hat. From the 331st Training Squadron, Technical Sergeant Rachel Williams. At this time, we ask all military training instructors, past and present, to stand in a sign of unity as our newest instructors recite the MTI pledge. The military training instructor hat that I wear
is a symbol of honor, professionalism, integrity, service, and excellence in all I do. My job is one of the most important to the Air Force, and I will spare no effort to properly prepare men and women for military service. I am dedicated to the principles of fairness, firmness, and honesty. I strive for perfection and reject mediocrity, both in my own personal behavior and in the performance of those I lead. I am an Air Force military training instructor, and above all, I am an American airman.
The dark blue campaign hat these instructors received today has been the symbol of the MTI Corps since 1974. These instructors carry on the traditions and the spirit of Corps of the United States Air Force as they pass on their knowledge to our newest generation of airmen. Our Commander of Airmen is Technical Sergeant Tavis Bell. Colonel Wilson will review today's ceremony. and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated.
Sir, the parade is formed. Get your spotlight. Order. Forward. Any sergeant or president or accountant for time. These sergeant or president or accountant for time. Sir, all present or accounted for. How is the order? Attention to orders! Detail for today! Our commissioned officer of the day! Sergeant Carson! By order of Colonel Wilson! Officer!
Over the last 7.5 weeks, the men and women before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warriors with a foundation to serve in the most powerful military the world has ever known. Once they leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of 118 specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of 84 installations around the globe or work directly with our sister services. As they move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the armed forces. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for the generations that will follow. United States Air Force, Joint Base, San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Subject, first place parade, basic military training, third quarter. First place parade is awarded to the 331st Training Squadron for their outstanding performance among all other squadrons, demonstrating unity, community excellence, and exceptional discipline through drill and ceremony. During the period of 1 April 2024 to 30 June 2024, signed, Billy Wilson Jr., Colonel, United States Air Force. The 737 Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base, San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Subject, first place retreat, basic military training, third quarter. First place retreat is awarded to the 331st Training Squadron for their outstanding performance amongst all other squadrons, demonstrating unity, community excellence, and exceptional discipline through drill and ceremony. During the period of 1 April 2024 to 30 June 2024, signed, Billy Wilson Jr., Colonel, United States Air Force. The 737 Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base, San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to the 326th Training Squadron, Flight 453, for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and a spirit of corps. During the period of 27 May 2024 to 11 July 2024, signed, Billy Wilson Jr., Colonel, United States Air Force.
Cattleman. Post. Hot.
The Commander's Excellence Flight was led by Technical Sergeant Ledford and Technical Sergeant Jacob. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States military. The graduates before you have reached a milestone in their military journey and will require your continued support to assist them in future endeavors. represent a portion of the 35,000 men and women who will complete basic military training this year. The 737 Training Group provides all recruits with the Department of the Air Force essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest Air Force. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today, graduates have proven through academic study, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take place in the United States Armed Forces. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass and review, they will march over the enlisted heroes walk. The men and women recognized on these pavers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States military in armed conflict. Their decorations include 9 Medals of Honor, 23 Air Force Crosses, and 162 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all service members to execute their duties courageously and with honors in their service to this great nation. We would like to direct your attention to our national, state, and territorial flags. As the flags pass and review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow our guests the opportunity to view the flags as they pass and review. Now, passing and review from the 321st Training Squad, the Commander of Airmen, Technical Sergeant Tavis Bell, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown Holly Springs, Mississippi. The Drum and Bugle Corps, Flights 446-447, led by Master Sergeant Carlos Coronado, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown Lawrence, Massachusetts. From the 322nd Training Squadron, A Squadron Staff, led by Staff Sergeant Christopher Townend, Military Training Instructor, hometown Los Molinas, California. From the 331st Training Squadron, Flight 458, led by Master Sergeant Bartholomew Zaccardi, Military Training Instructor, hometown Atlanta, Georgia. Flight 455, led by Technical Sergeant Rachel Williams, Military Training Instructor, hometown Boca West, Virginia. Flight 454, led by Master Sergeant Marcus Flood, Military Training Instructor, hometown Eglin, South Carolina. From the 326th Training Squadron, Commander's Excellent Flight, Flight 453, led by Technical Sergeant Allison Ledford, Military Training Instructor, Trainer, hometown Olympia, Washington. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 452, led by Technical Sergeant Nicholas Taggart, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Levittown, Pennsylvania. From the 324th Training Squadron, the Color Guard, led by Technical Sergeant Jonathan Spear, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Wymore, Nebraska. Flight 456, 457, led by Technical Sergeant Anthony Cruz, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Queens, New York. From the 326th Training Squadron, B Squadron staff, led by Technical Sergeant Charles Kirk, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Baltimore, Maryland. Flight 451, led by Technical Sergeant Charles Scott, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Douglasville, Georgia. Flight 450, led by Technical Sergeant Tony Costa, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Gainesville, Alabama. From the 322nd Training Squadron, Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 449, led by Master Sergeant Donald Madsen, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Las Vegas, Nevada. Flight 448, led by Technical Sergeant Gerald Tembrock, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Arlington, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song. Thank you. You may be seated. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by the airmen from the 321st Training Squadron, performing under the direction of Technical Sergeant Matthew Zettlemore, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Augusta, Georgia. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony, in addition to completing all basic military training syllabus and training requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, rendering a flying salute to our graduating airmen are two T-38 Talons, call sign Vet Flight. These aircraft are from the 435th Fighter Training Squadron, 12th Operations Group, 12th Flying Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Texas. We would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our honor graduates as well as their families. Department of the Air Force Basic Military Training honor graduates distinguished themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all graduates in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and self-sustained excellence they displayed throughout basic military training earned them this outstanding distinction. As the flights march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank all of the families and friends who are here in support of those graduating today for your support to our mission and the greatest air power the world has ever known. Your words of encouragement has helped motivate these graduates through 7.5 weeks of basic military training. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Anderson will now come forward and address our graduating class.
finally, for the most important group of individuals that are here with us today, our newest parents. I want you all to think back to when you walked into the recruiter's office and you were thinking about joining the United States military. And I want you to think about what those conversations were like. They were probably very transactional things. They were probably along the lines of, hey, when I join the Air Force, right, I'll get an education, I'll get training, I'll get provided for family, I'll get health care, I'll get travel the world, I'll get out of bad situation. Whatever your reason, your motivation was, it was probably something along those lines. But over the last 7.5 weeks, you've gone through a transformation that has started to teach you what it means to actually serve in the United States military professional arms. This is not a job, ladies and gentlemen. It is a home. We talk about that when we were doing our transformation hall. This is a profession. This is a way of life. And very few individuals are willing to step forward and take the obligation that you have voluntarily chosen. It would not be, without your sacrifice, without your service, the individuals that are sitting in these bleachers right now looking down on you, they would not enjoy the freedoms that you now help safeguard. And for that, we thank you. As you get ready to go on to the next phase of preparing for your journey, as you learn your trade, you learn your craft in tech school, I need you to remember one thing, that your identity as a United States Airman must first be rooted in being an American. When you put on that uniform, you don't represent just your blood family. You represent the institution. You don't represent a political party. You don't represent a special interest. You represent everybody in the nation, and more is expected of you. I want you to think through the words that you are about to say, and we're going to come out here and do the oath and listen. Because in that oath and listening, you are going to voluntarily pledge your life to the Constitution, to a document, to an idea that took root in this country 248 years ago, of freedom, of the liberty of the individual. You will voluntarily forfeit some of your personal rights and freedoms so that everyone in this country can enjoy those rights and those freedoms. And there is no higher calling. There is nothing more noble that you can do with your life. Ronald Reagan once said, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We need to pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and passed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in America when we were free. Aaron, that blanket of protection that our national flag provides is only possible through what it is that you are about to do. And your purpose from now until the end of your lives, until you hang up that uniform for the last time, is to contribute to the Air Force subordination and the military subordination, and that is your life. We exist to deter our enemies from taking actions that are counter to our interests, and, if necessary, to carry out violence against our enemies. It is a great honest responsibility, but one that I know that you are up to the task. So, I have just one question for you right now. Are you prepared to join the ranks of the world's greatest Air Force? Wilson, I think they're ready, sir.
Please stand as Colonel Wilson now administers the oath of enlistment. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
Now raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear or affirm. Do solemnly swear
Thank you, Colonel Wilson. Please remain standing while our graduates recite the Airman's Creed and for the departure of the official party. I am an American Airman. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute as the U.S. flags pass. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all of our guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass. As a reminder, the flights are positioned as viewed from the bleachers to the left of the reviewing stand. Flights 458, 455, 454, 453, 452, and to the right of the reviewing stands. Flights 451, 450, 449, 448. Please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Town Pass ends at 1800 hours. When dropping off members, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Please be careful while exiting the bleachers and while moving onto the grassy areas. For your safety, we also ask that you refrain from climbing the guardrails and only use the stairs to exit the bleachers. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at the 37th Training Wing, Joint Base, San Antonio, Lackland, Texas.